clients. We work with retail clients like Aldo, Birkenstock, lifestyle, um, education, travel. So we've been working with all these clients for the last 12 years that we've been running the marketing business. What I started to do about 3 years ago is I was a very active startup mentor. Startups used to come to me and I used to guide them on go-to-market strategy. In the process, what I did was I started a incubator. I call it the marketing incubator. But what this really does is we recruit startups into the incubator and we help them go to market. Yeah, so we also advise them on the product development. So one of the things that I've realized is that most technology startups they are very good with what they do, that is the technology, but the market reality and connecting what they're doing with market is a little there's a bit of a disconnect there. So what we try to do is just bridge that gap really. We help them look at their product from the relevance of the market standpoint. We ask some tough questions, and also what's important is that when the startups come to us, while we do help them go to market, we get them their first few clients, take them into a funding round, etc. It's also important that the startups look beyond us to help take their product to the client. Yeah, so one of the key things that we look at is, do they have potential to market themselves without us in the picture? So
yeah, I want you to save this some of it for your session.
Yeah. This is just an introduction. Sorry, I forgot. Okay. Yeah. The idea is when you come to my session, I think I will talk to you about how to make your products market relevant, what kind of questions to ask, yourself. And also how do you build clarity into your own vision, and and how do you market your business and company, how do you do business development, how do you gain market share. I think that's what I'll talk to you about.
Sir, you are talking about session. Okay. About leads and now.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a good point. No? Can't do it, is it?
Is Kalyan here? Kalyan? Actually, it might be, you guys are staying back, right?
Yeah,
Would you rather have a bigger crowd and cover one by one, or?
Because
Kalyan also has a format that he wants to have 3 separate sessions. I know, because there is another round of 3 people, and if you're going to do one by one, and you only have time here until 7 o'clock, so they kick us out at 7. So it might be a dangerous precedent because there are 3 more people.
That also makes
sense. You want
to
do that? You can do it a 20-minute kind of a thing.
It'll be less than 20 minutes. Let's just do a 10-minute should be good enough. Should be good enough. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So why don't so let me introduce Vibhor. So how many? So Vibhor is the group CTO of InfoEdge. In fact, you've only been with InfoEdge from 2006, is that right? You're the co-founder. Joined first, but gone up really, really fast. So InfoEdge, if you didn't know, is the company that owns Naukri.com, India's largest recruitment platform. 99 acres into real estate, Jeevan Sati into marriages, and Shiksha into education. And it's probably India's earliest and one of the very few profit-making internet company, no longer a startup internet company out there. So do you want to share a little bit about your journey, and why should people stay back for your session?
So I joined InfoEdge 2001. That's true, but I've been working since '92. I did not go to college. I did a zillion other things before I joined InfoEdge to start programming. I've been a journalist. I've been a production controller at a media company. I've sold pharmaceuticals. I've sold engineering products like compressors, things like that. So I'm not an entrepreneur in that sense, but I'm a risk taker. So and I don't think there's much difference in characteristics of individuals who are doing that. What I can share with you is about our journey as we grew InfoEdge, primarily Naukri. We started off at a time where not many people knew what internet is, right? We used to go to HR heads with our own laptop, and laptops were not able to run Linux at that point in time. So I had to reconfigure the refresh rate of, if any of you are tech guys, refresh rate of the screen to be able to learn Linux as opposed to Windows, so that the sales guys could demo our site to the HR guys who did not have access to internet at that point in time. So our job was twofold: one, to evangelize the internet, and two, to evangelize the fact that you don't need to give a print ad in the paper for jobs, but on the site. And on the way, we've sort of had interesting sort of challenges with other competition, how the market changed, how internet evolved, how the dynamics changed. We've also invested in a lot of companies. We have a lot of, apart from these four that Kiruba mentioned, we're a majority stakeholder, not anymore though, but a sizable number of shares in Zomato, Policy Bazaar, Merit Nation. So I've seen those companies also through scaling over the period of time. So I can happily help you on questions that you might have: what will scale, what will not scale, why, and how to circumvent, short circuit things, and so on.
And how to stick through the long-term game, right? 17 years in a company.
Well, yeah, I think it's about staying relevant. I mean, because it's not about sticking in place or moving on. If you're relevant, if you're sharpening and deepening in your own craft, and that's what matters really, whether you're at place A or place B.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So the good news is that we've got a nod from the IA